Let me get this going on the thing. One second.
That'd be so.
I didn't tell you about poor
funny.
Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Bye. Oh no, I shared
See,
nuclear
Brandon
fusion.
left
Sorry.
those documents in his closet. Goddamn poor bastard.
I shared the wrong one. Shit.
We actually live. Oh fuck. Ashtray's turned up.
Turned up. Okay, we live. Cool. Let me
Turned up for what? All the wrong reasons.
turned up. Okay, we
Oh,
live.
what the hell?
Here we go. Yeah, this one.
Welcome to our exciting and riveting
Welcome to our
episode.
exciting and riveting episode where we rag on Ashtray. Anyway, let's get this going. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about some video games that sank the company. We bring you some of the sexy, and as always, we get pestered by Ashtray, who wants video footage. Speaking of Ashtray, he's here in all his procrastinating glory. He's got a new hobby of fucking guys' girlfriends while doing all of the coke.
Hey! Rumors, slander,
to be
lies.
done again.
I only use them to help me carry my gear and do some of my side jobs.
Oracle is a little upset about. Okay, so Oracle is next. He's a little upset because being married has gotten in the way of his new hobby of stopping girls from finding out that his sisters are hot. Oracle sisters are hot, folks.
They're fucking dead, man.
He doesn't want you to know.
Actually, they were abducted by time traveling aliens. They never existed.
They were that hot.
Yep.
They look back in the.
It's a shame though, because they don't exist.
It's a fucking shame. Then there's Mystic. Fuck that guy. And I'm Teddy. I couldn't think of anything to say. But I don't have to, thanks to Ashtray's shitty intros. He set that bar so goddamn low, so we can just step on over it.
Right? So we can do another video game episode. But don't.
You can.
Right?
Still
fucking
better.
breaking new ground here.
Still better than toilets too.
Oh man.
Hey, I have not done plumbing 2.0 yet. You just wait.
It's coming.
It's like coming. 8 years on, and the legacy of plumbing.
Plumbing, yeah. Fucking ass dogs. You said it was my magnum opus, but of course it's always a stinker. You'll always remember.
Ass dogs is actually pretty good. I did not know that shit was going on. People burning themselves with chili. Fucking retarded.
That's why I finally made up for plumbing.
Oh, you did, yeah.
That's why, I was saying you still won't forget about plumbing.
Awesome. Stop talking about your show. It's my show now. Shut up.
Just filling dead air.
We're gonna start Oracle. If you could open up for Ashtray. We're gonna start with 3D Realms, Duke Nukem Forever. I'm sorry. No, first we got to go for
Pause for the cause. Weekly benefit event for the Dane County Humane Society.
I'm sorry, who we?
So this week,
is this for Rusty?
Rusty the Dolphin.
Rusty the Dolphin.
Yep.
Somebody dumb shit.
Yeah. What?
Is this like a river dolphin? Is this like a bottlenose?
Yeah, I was gonna say, went into fresh-water, oxidized.
Cleveland, Ohio river dolphin.
Oh wow, yeah, he's a hardcore motherfucker.
Pretty hardcore.
He breathes shit.
Yeah.
Literal feces in the water.
Don't let him catch you in the wrong neighborhood. He will rob you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with this. Or if you go down to the bottom of Duke Nukem Forever, you will see a YouTube link there. That is the trailer for this fantastical game that came out in 2011. If you can play that for us.
Yeah.
No.
In speech on Thursday, the president said he remains cautious but optimistic regarding the recent alien visitation. He urged all citizens to avoid taking any actions that may
What year was this?
Such as
2011.
firearms or making rude gestures.
Yeah, so I mean the graphics are 2011.
And this game killed them. I can't hear anything. Are audience being able to hear this?
I'm not. Yeah, they can hear it.
I can hear you.
Oh.
Don't fuck.
Total dumbass. So let me get this.
Oh yeah. If you're over 18, then it's on. I don't give a shit if you live with Sean.
Waiting for the ribbon.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to cross the other side. But this game did be holds a road record for the longest development. 14 years. It was announced. It was announced in 1996. It was released in 2011.
Announced in 1996.
Yes, after Duke 3D came out, that's when they announced it because the game was kind of popular. And they announced this game. It did. So the main guy.
Were there any half-assed Duke Nukems in between?
No. So the main
had
guy
like a
on
2D one that they came.
Well, that was before Duke
like
Nukem 3D.
that was before Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that started the whole Duke Nukem thing. So the main guy, George Broussard, he worked for a company called 3D Realms, and he got a chance to make this game. And it started out pretty promising. Everybody wanted to see this game made, but he kept switching engines. He first started out with the original build engine, but it was antiquated, not very good. So in 98, they switched to the Quake engine. A lot of stuff didn't carry over, so they had to start over again. And then
from scratch.
Yeah, not really from scratch, but they still had to start over. They had to redo a shit ton of stuff. Then in 98, he decides to, you know what, we're gonna change to the Quake 2 engine.
Yeah, let's do it all over again.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, from Quake 2 engine, and then in 2003, they decide to switch to the Unreal engine.
Because all the other games are keeping up with the latest engine.
Right, exactly. But they're keeping up with the latest engine, but they're also trying to. Those other games are.
So how many people are in this studio? Him and his brother? What?
There were at one time 100 or so people working in the studios. As this game went along, the production team got cut down to 18.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing was Take-Two was publishing the game. 3D Realms was developing it. Take-Two was the one publishing it. So in 2003, they sued them for breach of contract for not submitting a game. But like I said, it's been fucking. It's been a while. 1996 when they fucking were supposed to release it. They ended up coming to an agreement. And 3D Realms. Sorry. Take-Two. Take-Two. Yeah. They offered Broussard. They said, "Hey, if you can get the game to come out, if you the agreement they came to was they would take less money when the game came out. Take-Two would
just make this shit happen."
And they were like, "Yeah," they're like, "Hey, we'll give you a $500,000 bonus if the game comes out in 2007." Broussard was like, "You know what? Fuck this. The game's not coming out early." But at that time, he was also saying the game was almost done. Take-Two being the publisher, they were not giving any.
I tell all my girlfriends that game's almost done, baby.
They weren't giving any monetary, help to 3D Realms. So Broussard and another guy, Mark Miller, who was kind of his partner, they were financing it on their own. But because the game took so goddamn long to come out, in 2010, the studio closed down because of lack of funding. So Ian steps in Take-Two and Gearbox, and they actually
Take-Two the rights.
No, Take-Two had the rights to the game because they were the publisher. They had the rights. So they actually took it and gave it to them, and they to Gearbox, and Gearbox actually came out with the game. They finished the game in a year. Gearbox did.
Mm-hmm.
It came out. It was a hot piece of shit.
They're probably just like, yeah, let's just get this fucking out the door, right, exactly. Get it off of our goddamn, closet here.
Metacritic score was 54. User score 5.8 for Duke Nukem Forever, and that's why. And a lot of people don't understand why. The development team said every time a new engine came out, they had to delay. He kept wanting to keep up, like Ashtray was talking about, with the highest quality. But instead of trying to make what he had with the engine that he had, he kept trying to start over, which causes problems. And he was financing it himself, which is just
Well, if you're financing it yourself, you just can't afford like those. Fucking, there's a lot of layers of guys on those,
What the fuck does he do now?
I don't know how to look that up. His company crashed.
Gives out handies behind Wendy's.
Right? Like
I don't know what he does.
Manage a 7-Eleven.
He's probably still living off his trust fund.
I
was saying, like, how did he make money to fund an entire?
Right.
Granted, though, it's easy to say, like, it's just like, yeah, I'm funding my light by myself, you know.
Well, I didn't go into that because I wasn't about the thing. But they got that money. Him and his buddy Mark, the Mark Miller guy that was with him, they were doing some other shareware stuff before they started doing. Started doing this. That's why they got the money from to finance
money from a previous company.
Yeah.
I feel like,
I wish I would have been making software in the 90s.
I feel like this is, if you tasked most businesses with making a video game, Duke Nukem Forever is what they would end up coming out with. Like, it would just be a hot pile of shit. You know, just imagine the blow that is to just who you are as a person. If you're working for that motherfucking company for 10 plus years on this goddamn project, and it ends up being like this.
Well, that's what a lot of developers are upset about, because for some folks, some of them that was their first game they worked on, and that is not a good game to start your resume off with.
No, I mean, you're sucking dick at Wendy's. After this one,
you're like right down there with a TikToker.
Hey,
some TikTokers make more money.
They do make more money. We're gonna go next to Silicon Knights. Which is, this story is really surprising and also disappointing, because Silicon Knights, they came out with some pretty fucking cool games back in the day. Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, a PlayStation game. The vampire game, pretty fucking cool. They had one for GameCube. It was called Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. This game was kind of like a third person, kind of like Resident Evil type game, but it dealt with demons and the occult. But the cool thing about this game is it had a sanity meter. If as your sanity went down, if you got seen by enemies or got attacked or went in darkness, whatever, weird shit would happen. Your head would flow from your body. You start going insane. The walls would start bleeding and shit. It was actually a pretty cool little thing. And they also did Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes for the GameCube, which is the 3D version of the original Metal Gear Solid for Nintendo. The hot piece of shit that we're going to talk about is called Too Human. It was billed as an action RPG based on Norse mythology. The Norse gods came down as cybernetically enhanced humans to fight the robotic minions of Loki. There is a trailer. It's the first one under the thing. I did not buy this game. I stole it because it came out for 360. It was originally supposed to be a trilogy, but it did not happen. Yeah, this game was shit. So Silicon Knights, they ended up getting the. What are you smiling about here, Ashtray? What's going on?
I just figured out what what you think was.
Awesome. Cool. So Silicon Knights, I'm gonna read these fucking quotes and shit. They ended up getting, in order to do this game, Too Human, they got the Unreal Engine 3 from Epic. They ended up suing Epic because they said that in 2007 they sued Epic because they said that Epic, one, did not complete a working game engine, that they were sabotaging the game engine because certain things were locked because Epic created the engine. They were saying it's proprietary, for us. and things, and they say they're also using that they were also using the fees and things to fund their own game, not make the engine better. And the game they were talking about was fucking Gears of War, because that's the game the engine was fucking made for. So in July, that's when Silicon Knights decided to sue Epic. In August, that's when Epic decided to countersue Silicon Knights, alleging that the studio was aware when it signed that certain features of the engine were still in development and that components would continue to be developed and added as Epic completed the work on Gears of War. And they stated, where's it at? Yeah, it said, as Silicon Knights knew when it committed to the licensing agreement that Unreal Engine may not meet its requirements and may not be modified to meet them. Why would you sign that fucking deal if the engine, if they tell you that because they say they told them that the engine wasn't complete, and that Silicon Knights would not be able to modify it. So in Silicon Knights suit,
pussies.
Silicon Knights suit, they said that they had to create their own engine because they had to wait on this one to be ready, and so that they should be recouped losses from that. The judge, because they failed to show in court, like the judge lost patience with them, and because they couldn't really tell definitively how
I don't
much.
even know what the
how much
fuck
they
a
should
game
get.
engine is. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit like that. So he said they would only be awarded $1 if they won, but it could be appealed. So anyway, that game comes out. The devs at Epic are looking at the game and like, hold up, man, a lot of this shit looks familiar. They said they created their own game engine, didn't use ours. So what's going on? So they did a little deeper, and then because this lawsuit was still going on, they did a little deeper. And then Epic said, hey, they use our game engine in their game, and Silicon Island, no, we made our own. So they were able to find that these motherfuckers, they actually copied in this game 1,000 lines of code directly from Epic's engine, and they didn't give Epic any credit, and it didn't give Epic any credit in the credits. So they pretty much they built their own engine, but they did it in such a dumb way that they copied whole sections of code of functional code with the non-functional fucking comments and things that the devs put in.
Oh, they left the comments in there.
Yeah, they copied everything. I'm like, that's how.
Yeah, that's how you get caught. You don't.
and they're like, what the fuck? During this time, another game they made another game that came out. It was called X-Men Destiny. This game showed a lot of promise. I thought it was gonna be cool. You played as three characters. You got to choose 3 powers. You can develop those powers. But as you go through the story, there was a choice mechanism. To where you can either join the X-Men or the Brotherhood of Mutants. Pretty cool. It's the second trailer there. They used code in that game also. They copied code from the engine in that game also. So they ended up losing both suits. They were fined $445 million.
Damn.
On the grounds of copyright infringement, misappropriation of trade secrets, and breach of contract. And that was later doubled due to prejudgment interest, attorney fees, and costs. Not only that, the judge ruled that they had to delete every bit of code from their system. So in order to make sure they did that, they had to give Epic free reign of all their computers and servers so that Epic could go in and make sure it was done.
Damn. They really...
Yeah, and they really had to get rid of all the code. So they had just released these games. So the first one, fuck, my thing just closed down.
Oh,
the first one, Too Human. They only sold like 300,000 copies of the game. It was shit. X-Men Destiny, I think it did about the same, but that game was actually pretty cool. But the court said that they had to recall and destroy all unsold copies of those games, because it contained stolen code.
So fucking open up the ET pit in the desert and dump that in there too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, on May 16th, 2014, they lost the court case, and they couldn't, they had to let people go, and they filed for bankruptcy.
Well,
but
fuck,
I mean, how dumb do you have to be to steal code and copy the comments as well as that's fucking retarded.
Well, I mean, and also it just seems like they kind of arrogantly went in this and tried to outfox a fox, Epic being
Epic, yeah.
fucking, they make a game engine, they also make video games, and we're not using this, or this is bullshit. Well, that's kind of the business model, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you pay a percentage to use this.
Yeah, like
this
that
engine.
is the point of the engine. Yeah,
right. That's the whole deal. Otherwise, you make your own, and to kind of put Epic on
Apple
blast.
using Intel CPUs. It's like you're using these fucking CPUs unless you want to go and do it all yourself.
Right, and then you put them on blast. So now there's this huge attention. So you of course you have Epic's attention. They're going to be looking at your shit. And be like, hey, what the fuck?
And like, if how stupid can you be?
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
The next one is one of my favorites. I did not know about this story. It took place in Providence, Rhode Island, actually. So your buddy Kurt Schilling, He created in
Oh,
2000,
I heard about this.
he created a video game company called Green Monster Games originally. And funny thing, he claimed that Green Monster Games. You would think, you'd think that he called that because of the Fenway Park wall, right?
This is my
He claims that's not why it was called that. He claims somebody that wasn't even American that doesn't even like baseball came up with it. I think he was bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Anyway,
Teddy called it.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. It later renamed 38 Studios. It was originally based in Massachusetts. They were making a game called Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, a single-player action role-playing game for several platforms. This game actually did get released. There is he's playing a trailer right now. Look at beautiful bean footage. The game actually got good reviews. It's an 81 Metacritic score, and it was I think it was 7.8 or 7.9 user review, or 8.4. Sorry, user review. The game came out in February of 2012, and it's like I said, this game has a cult following. The bad part about it is that that game was released 3 months after another action RPG called Skyrim came out, and so everybody was playing that shit. So when Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning came out, they sold an estimated 330,000 copies in its first month, and that rose to 1.2 million copies in the first 90 days. Skyrim, they sold 3.5 million copies in the first 48 hours, and 10 million copies in the first month. So, when Kurt created this here company, he had Todd McFarlane write the story, do the art for the game, and he had some R.A. Salvatore do the story. And there's another guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was actually the lead guy on Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Skyrim 4, to help design it. So I mean, he
designed both games.
Huh?
So the dude that did Skyrim also did Kingdoms of Amalur?
The guy who did Skyrim 4.
Oh,
the lead designer for 4,
what's that? Oblivion?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
I think it's Oblivion.
He did the Skies of Amalur. So the thing about this is, when he was working on Reckonings, he wanted to expand because they're actually working on 2 games at once. Another game called Copernicus. He kind of had a good plan, I believe. He wanted to get his one game out, the Reckoning Kingdoms of Amalur or whatever, get that out and get people playing that, and then he was gonna come out with an MMO because I didn't know this, but Kurt Schilling liked to play EverQuest. He was an EverQuest fan. Are you rubbing your dick?
He's also a tremendous racist.
Well, he played for Boston, so yeah.
Well, so did it say anything about how this game was bankrolled by Rhode Islander?
I'm getting that to it. Yeah, I'm getting to it. So he was
Rhode Island.
So he was trying to expand, but he couldn't get any investors or help from the state of Massachusetts or people in Massachusetts. They just didn't want to give him any help. Keep in mind, company started in 2006. Their game didn't come out in 2012. So the governor at the time, I can't remember the guy's name, something Carsonetti. He was a Republican governor. He met with Kurt Schilling, the Rhode Island. He met with Kurt Schilling and told him, "Hey, the Rhode Island Economic Commission has just passed some stuff, so we can try to get businesses to come into Rhode Island to help build up the economy." Because at the time, I believe it said Rhode Island's unemployment rate was at 12%. And this company was supposed to come to Rhode Island and bring in 450 jobs. So they gave him $75 million to move his company there. A year goes by, and they're supposed to pay off the first bit of the loan. It was like $1.2 million, whatever.
And they're like, oh shit.
So they write a check.
Racehorses.
They write a check and it bounces. The check bounces.
Racehorses.
And racehorses. And their game was not selling. They needed to sell in order for them to break even. They would have needed to sell 3 million copies of the game. And as you see, they didn't even get close. So yeah, the state of Rhode Island ended up suing him and taking control of their assets. At the time, Rhode Island took control. The assets, I think they had like $22 million in assets, but they had like $150 million in debt. The governor that he talked to, Schilling talked to, was also he was also the chairman of that Rhode Island commission that okayed the $75 million. There was a probe into that by the SEC. The SEC they did charge Wells Fargo and a couple other executives of that Rhode Island commission with tax fraud because they said that Schilling and his company told them that the $75 million was not going to be enough to complete the game, but Schilling and his company still took the $75 million.
We'll still take it. Ain't gonna
Yeah,
be
we'll still
no.
take it, but you know. So and also what was crazy? This type of loan was in bonds, so they had people which I didn't know they still fucking did, but they these investors brought bonds, and because they weren't told like the true financial scope of it, they the SEC said these people were defrauded.
Like James Bonds.
Yeah, James Bond. The company went under declared bankruptcy. And he has not apologized. He said he doesn't feel like
that son of a bitch.
Because the taxpayers are on the hook. The Rhode Island taxpayers are on the hook for this shit. I mean, that's fucked up.
Yeah, people were not too happy about this.
I mean, yeah, it's fucking. I mean, yeah, that's how fucked up is that? Y'all made a deal with a baseball player to make a video game, and it
flops.
It flopped. And the people had no say in it. It was an economic commission that did it. The people didn't get the vote in order to have any say in it. It was really fucked up.
Yeah.
The Kingdoms of Amalur actually just got re-released as Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning in 2020. The intellectual property as well as a lot of the PC assets and coding was sold to THQ Nordic, and they re-released an updated version of Knights of Amalur Reckoning, Re-Reckoning. To okay reviews. I haven't played it. The game does have a cult following because of the way they axed people and shit. Also, I mean, I should tell this. It was like 8 months after that game came out, they declared bankruptcy. After Kingdoms of Amalur came out, the company declared bankruptcy, and they're like, "What the fuck? Y'all just released a video game? Why?" So it was all kinds of fucked up. And so fuck Kurt Schilling and this piece of shit shitting, I guess. Or
piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Were you living in Providence when this happened?
No, I got there afterward, but like on the radio and stuff, people would be like, some salty fucking clam fucking harvester or something.
Fucking clam bakers.
Clammer. He'd be like, Rack 38 Studios. And
38 Studios, a fucking stupid ass Kurt Schilling.
Right. Like people were just really salty, but it was pretty fucked up.
Retard.
And
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure taxpayer money is wasted every fucking where, but this is a very public way to do that.
In one of the articles I read, actually it was a video I saw on YouTube when I was watching. One of the guys was saying, I think he was an attorney for the state of Rhode Island. He was like, they're looking into this stuff. It was like Kurt Schilling is a hero in fucking Boston. He brought him their first fucking like World Series in like 86 years. And he couldn't get backing in there, even though he was getting meetings with people just because he was Kurt Schilling. Like who from Boston doesn't want to meet Kurt Schilling and discuss some kind of business opportunity. But he couldn't get backing there. And then this governor was like, "Hey, we'll give you $75 million. Just come over here."
Yeah.
And it's just bad planning.
Sounds about right.
Those are three companies that it sank their fucking
pieces of shit.
Yeah. The game's pretty much
bitches, right?
Sons of fucking bitches.
Riveting.
I mean, ET almost sunk Atari, but and that's so everybody goodbye. I gotta go play video games. I'm kidding. All right, we're gonna start off with our what's sexy part of the show, and we're gonna start with Mystic because I want to hear about the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
All right, so they just added this on Netflix. I don't know if you guys
Saw this.
I saw this
I
in my
remember that
preview
guy.
thing. Yeah, this guy Kai.
Yeah. Well, the dude that's the main interview in this, he's the guy who first interviewed him.
Oh, really?
Right there at the beginning, Jessup Ricebeck is one of our anchors. He's our
No
he's our
shit.
night
No
side anchor.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so where this happened here in Wisconsin?
No, this happened in Fresno when he worked there.
Oh.
This
Oh.
is 10 years ago.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, like, this basically, it's a fucking cool story, right? Like, and it's weird to see like I don't, if this guy wasn't famous, like viral fucking internet famous, like he would have gotten away with that murder probably. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but it's so I don't know. It's kind of it's well done. The interviews are well done.
Is it a like a limited series or a single like?
No,
movie?
it's just it's an hour 25-minute movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a weird character. He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, check
Boom.
it out. Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker.
Word. Next up is Oracle with Mehmed versus Vlad.
Yeah, Mehmed versus Vlad.
There's a great need.
So there's new Rise of Empires. I talked about a few of these other ones. They had like the Romans. They actually had like the fall of Constantinople, which was Mehmed the Second.
This is RTS, right?
No, so this is like a historical dramatization of the events. So basically what they do is they have it's shot like fucking Last Kingdom.
Like the Constantinople one, right?
Yeah, this is like the sequel to Constantinople.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't Teddy watch that or do an episode on that?
And this is I did an episode on that. So this is the same ruler that took Constantinople. This is Mehmed the Second, and this is after. So after he took
he was a baller then.
Yeah,
right?
he's still a baller, but he's got a fucking neighbor, a vassal state that happens to be run by Vlad the Impaler, who's an absolute fucking psychopath. I don't think I really appreciated how fucking crazy and bad that guy was. Yeah, he's pretty bad. But so
well, I mean, you don't get the name Vlad the Impaler.
That's true.
By being a nice guy and delivering cookies.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Yeah, the Impaler part.
So a few things about that. They impaled you by sticking it through your asshole and beating a mallet until it went out your shoulder. And a skilled executioner would miss most of your vital organs, so you're still alive while you were there. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So they go up along the spine.
Did it alive?
Oh yeah, yeah. They were alive.
They did it alive. You don't get the name Vlad the Impaler by playing with dead bodies.
So I don't understand. Like, what did they have him just like bend over and just fucking?
They probably just started pounding it down.
Just start pounding it in there
first, far enough that they could then tip you up.
Okay, that is
start
enough.
Malleting you on
talking about asshole. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, I think of the engineering logistics. That's
pretty fucking brutal. But as far as the show goes, this has to be like the greatest
I'd be biting ankles till they killed me
thing ever for fucking high school history teachers. Because
I never thought about that.
I think they've toned the titties down so they can.
There's still titties in there.
So no titties in this one. So yeah, no titties in this
he's
one.
too busy impaling shit, man.
Right.
I mean,
and also, I mean, I have to say that this one, I think they've truly perfected the balance between really great dramatization. So once Carolyn started watching this with me, she's just like, we're watching it like fucking Game of Thrones or something. Like it's that good. It's not cheesy or anything. And they've spaced, because they have these historians talk, little snippets and whatnot, talking heads, but it's like every 5 to 10 minutes. and it's little short pieces. So you'll have like this really good story beat, like a complete scene, and then the historian will talk for like 10 seconds, and they'll have a couple of them. And it seems like the flow of the show, they've really nailed it. Like it feels like you were watching like Game of Thrones or something like that.
Yeah.
Except it actually happened, and you are getting the guided tour as to what happened. Highly recommend it. If you want to get kind of the full experience with this one, I would check out season 1 of this with where Mehmed takes Constantinople, because then you really understand who he is going into that. And that one's great too. That's really good. And they're really, really different stories. So highly recommended. That's on Netflix. Check that out. Rise of Empires.
Have you seen the one about the Japan?
Yes.
About Japan?
I've seen the Japan one.
That was good too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great. There's Romans, Japan. I think they had a couple Roman ones. I think they had like Caesar, and they had like Caligula or something like that. In these. Really cool.
Cool. All right, moving on to me. Again, Halo with my son. I've got some Twitch footage on there. We have been streaming at twitch.tv /TeddyBearTerror. It's fucking. I played Halo for years, and it's just. I think it's a good first-person shooter to get my son started off with. I don't want to play Fortnite. I'm gonna dread that. I really don't want to play Fortnite. Get off me, bro! The fact he's doing all right. It's pretty. I'm just having fun with my son. It's awesome.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah, it's. Yeah, I killed everybody right there. It was awesome. I killed all 4 of them.
Do you ever just like kind of forget that you're doing this with your son and start talking mad shit online?
I have a lot of time. I'm like, I'll be sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, I was right. Oh man, I hear my son. I'm like, oh, we got 2 guys coming from the right, and I'm like, oh, I forgot I'm playing with my son. I'm like, get off, motherfuckers, y'all ain't shit. I'm like, sorry, son. Daddy's old Halo self came out there. I wasn't, I didn't have a kid back then. But it's same thing with him. I'm like, we're on C. What are you doing? I'm like, sorry, it's just a game. I'm joking. Sorry. It's like I said, my old self came out. So if Daddy gets competitive, I'm like, shoot that motherfucker in the head. But yeah, subscribe, watch. It's pretty cool. I like it. We're gonna keep doing it. The story mode has been annoying me because I am not used to bosses in Halo. I mean, it's kind of a bullet spongy game, and having bosses like in there that you have to shoot like 1,000 times is just getting kind of annoying. The multiplayer is it's fucking awesome. Okay, and I've stalled long enough for Ashtray to put his in there. Good. Thank you for looking and paying attention.
Fuck. Yeah, my what's sexy is let's go, Brandon.
Ah, yes. Let's go, Brandon.
Had the had the awkward like, oh, hey, Brandon's at the. This is after the meat raffle. Brandon's in the bar at Baldwin.
Before
we're not talking about Joe Biden, by the way.
We're not talking about Joe Biden.
This long 30-minute story about this bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it.
Does she watch the show?
Obscure.
Does she know about? Does she like?
She knows about the show. No, she ain't gonna watch the show.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I won't use her name, but nonetheless, yeah, this could come back to bite me. But I think
I was joking when I put the shit out on the street. I put a funny spin to it. You were actually putting your shit out on the street. I'm just.
It's like it was scary enough to where it's just like, all right, gonna say hi to, hey, Brandon, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't recognize you. I gotta tell you that story where they dropped me off. I thought it was just some other dude in the car. Like, oh, this is your boyfriend. Hey. And I was like, oh yeah. So he's like, oh yeah. He's like, I know who you are. Like, oh, it's just like, they're like, you need a drink, and it's like, oh, like, did it like so awkwardly like caught off guard? It's like, oh, he's got a full drink, and I'm like, okay. I was like, I'll just stand here awkwardly for a moment.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was just like, oh fuck. I was like, hear me trying to be like diplomat. Yeah, like a valley girl.
You saying like a lot, like a lot.
I was gonna say, Mystic, you've been kind of quiet this episode.
The
You
he's
say
just
it like
don't.
a lot.
So I have my foot in my mouth, and whatever. It's like, okay, I'm the other guy without even having to done anything to the other guy yet. Nonetheless, after our dance class, workout class on Tuesday.
Did you say you haven't done anything to be the other guy, but
Our
you're the other guy?
dance workout class
Yeah,
together?
Yep.
Dude, you've
Yeah,
been hanging
well,
out with this chick.
I've been going to this class. I got her.
Getting to the
Ah.
point of
Right.
absurd.
Hey, wait, this
I
is
know, right?
standard
understand what's going on
operating
here.
in
You're like,
This is
Madison.
Ashtray you're talking about.
No, shit, get out the
You guys
pod, bro.
fucking
This
know
is
me.
I'm
this is
sure
what you-
90% of the population of Madison goes to dance fucking workout class.
So
yeah.
Nonetheless,
you better wear your fucking
Jazzercise.
it was
your leggings.
so she brought a friend of hers, and then we went back to her place, the three of us, and they were getting dressed. We're gonna go out for some drinks.
Wait. What kind of friend?
A trans friend, actually, a trans friend named Joan. I shouldn't use names.
Like an added dick to me, or like she was going from a guy to a chick?
Yeah, no, going from a trans female. And
That still doesn't explain.
Does that mean going from a guy
a
to
male
guy?
going to female.
Okay, thank you. We don't-
Trans
thank you.
female means they
I need a
identify as
direction.
female.
I need a diagram. I don't know what's going on.
Nonetheless, we're hanging out there, and all of a sudden, door opens up, and Brandon comes strolling in after work, and I'm like petting the dog, like, yes. And I was like,
Pet-
hey, Brandon.
It's petting the dog
Hey,
coat.
Brandon.
And I was like, we're
petting
having a
the dog coat
satchel
for
party,
taking
and
her
like,
fluff.
you could just see it on his face. He's just like, the fuck, like. This is not what I wanted to see coming in home from work.
Oh,
He did
God.
literally a 180 and walked out the door and left the house.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so
What
I
a
was like, oh,
horrible
Jesus.
fucking life.
I know. I'm like,
Oh,
you poor
man.
bastard. I felt a lot better though after like,
Dude, how has he not punched you in the face yet?
right?
I can't. There was this one guy.
I mean,
we
it's not like
listened to,
I'm not
it's-
flaunting it in his face all the time. Actually, like this. So him at
You're
the
hanging
bar
out-
on Sunday was only the first time me seeing him in public since the time I didn't recognize him in the car.
Mm-hmm.
But in this time, if you've not seen him, you've been seeing his girl though, right? Doing stuff with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, like he knows.
Yeah.
y'all are
I
hanging
know.
out all the fucking time, and he
No
comes
big deal.
home
know.
and
Yeah.
sees you there.
Right. So like, yeah, we haven't done anything to break any
Been
boundaries.
basically fucking his
but-
girlfriend in front of him, but you know,
We're hanging out a lot,
why can't he be civil?
right? Okay,
Dude,
Brandon.
there was one guy we played pool with all the time, and I found him. I found him
know,
in my
right?
apartment talking to my wife on the couch, and I talked to him on the balcony. He's like, if I ever see you here alone with my wife again, I'm gonna throw you off a fucking balcony.
Yeah, right. That's
I'm like,
what
there's no
saying, dude.
He's like, I came to see you,
That's
bro. You
it.
have my phone number. Like, there's no reason. I'm like,
Well, and that's the thing too. Like I was saying, like he can't. They can't break up. Look, cause that's where the fucking drive is, and that tension of never being able to get it. Because if I get it, like, what am I gonna fucking
God,
do?
what
I'll
a,
be the next Brandon.
What are you in kindergarten? What are you playing some fucking?
What do you mean? Am I in
Yes,
kindergarten?
Teddy, he is.
Yes, I'm
playing
in
a game.
kindergarten. Have you not known me? It's
He
that
is
simple.
playing a
Everything in
game.
life is absurd.
oh,
And a
man.
George. He's in our Seinfeld group. He's George.
There's way too much, like, just the sustained stress of this social dynamic that
Right.
you're telling me about.
Right.
Like, I'd be in a mental institution if I had to deal
Well,
with
it
this
is.
day
It
to
is.
day.
It's a roller coaster of emotions, but at the same time, it's that.
That you're setting them on. You don't have any emotion. You don't give a fuck what happens. Like, you can-
No, not necessarily. I don't
You
give a
can
fuck what
fuck or
happens.
not.
I just give
No,
a fuck
this
that
is-
I don't.
I have a feeling she's exactly like Ashtray. I think this
Probably
is
just like-
two sociopaths
Oh my God,
flirting with
poor,
each other.
poor
dancing with one
bastard.
another. You know what
That's a
I'm
good way
saying?
to put it. You're probably right. Yeah, like
Oh
we
my
both enjoy each other's company
God.
enough,
It's like
but we'll walk
Yeah.
right up to
like
that
a-
line.
child
Yeah,
being
no,
raised by two
she's doing it-
psycho parents.
She's doing it
Mm.
to torture Brandon and get his attention. And you're doing it to also torture Brandon.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking
Not really to
Brandon,
get his
man.
attention, but just because it amuses you.
Well, strokes is my own ego too.
Oh
Yeah,
my
right.
God.
It is fun to be
get
around
that.
with someone who pays a lot of attention to you and who's also fucking good looking.
Yeah. We
Bit
know that. We're guys too. Ashtray.
undeniable.
We understand.
Nonetheless,
Right.
let's go, Brandon. Don't give up, Brandon. Don't give up.
God.
Is Brandon bigger than you?
Well, wait, like, body fat, eyes, yeah. But
You think you could take him?
oh yeah, if it really came down to getting scrappy,
You're a farm boy.
fuck yeah.
Take that shit.
All right. Hey, cool.
Headbutt him.
Oh yeah. I'll fucking
You got it.
spin out
buddy-
of a fucking.
My buddy
arm
Mystic
hold.
taught me this shit. Bam.
Yeah, right.
Right?
All right, so we're gonna move on to the fuck what you think section of the show. Up first is Oracle. I want to hear about this naked old man noises. What is going on here?
I go to the YMCA. Been going to the YMCA after work.
Okay.
Old man noises. That's where you get them.
That is where you
And
get 'em.
This is in Rapids.
this is in Rapids.
YMCA.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Wisconsin Rapids YMCA, which is actually quite a nice YMCA. They built
Not so
this-
ghetto.
No, it's not ghetto at all.
No gay
And-
guys trying to fuck you in the shower.
Not well.
Well,
Maybe.
They do
I
have
don't
that.
know. They
mean,
might be trying to signal
Every
me. I'm not really-
YMCA has that. Even North Dakota.
So, Anyway, I go in
Village
there
people decree.
to get ready, and I live right next to the YMCA. It takes less than 5 minutes for me to get home from there. So a lot of times I'll get changed out of my work clothes. I'll do like a half-hour workout, fucking throw some shitty clothes on, go home and shower up. Well, every time, like I would say like 90% of the time that I sit on the bench and, I'm putting my pants on or whatever.
That's why you don't go to public locker rooms, bro.
Sit
Did you
there
got
There's
thinking
a-
about your
A
existence.
naked ass white
Oh.
guy.
Yeah, those old white dudes don't give a fuck, bro. They
They
yeah,
don't
will
give
walk
a
butt-ass
fuck.
naked in locker rooms like it ain't shit.
But
That's why you don't go to public locker
what is
rooms.
up with the groaning noises
Oh,
that's coming?
dude.
They're just
Or
like,
they bring their own
"Yeah."
hair dryer,
You
fucking
know,
dry their balls.
Dude,
it's like every fucking time.
I've noticed myself making so many noises.
Oh, the other.
Well, when you're
Like
fucking
now.
naked and your balls are hanging out and you're sitting
yeah, I
fucking
don't do it in
5
front of
inches
other
away
dudes.
from another guy.
Right?
No. That would never happen.
Do they make those noises all the time? No, probably not. Like it seems like because they're fucking naked and gross.
Well, they probably
Yeah.
get a little sore after a workout. It is the why.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
the reason they're there. So like, ooh, like I'm getting fucking old. But yeah,
Some of some of them aren't even
Kinda
that
like
old.
the,
They're like I think they're maybe my age. Maybe they're like 5 years older or something.
so
And
what,
they're-
45.
Yeah,
at
and
the
they're
max?
making oh
So that-
yeah.
Ooh, Jesus.
It's like Jesus fucking Christ.
What are you in
Are
a
they
fucking...
stretching or what? They're
Roman
just
No.
like,
They're
Oh,
jacking
they're-
off in a locker room, bro.
Yeah, are you
They're-
in a Roman bathhouse?
They're
I mean,
reaching
Yeah,
into their
right?
locker just like I am.
Debauchery.
Complete silence.
Yeah.
No problem.
you know what? You should tell the why. They need to put some fucking satellite music in the background. That would help.
Maybe
Ease attention.
maybe that's the thing. There's
Or
no
just wear some
music.
headphones,
there.
There's no music
You know
at
what
all.
you should do?
Some headphones.
is
And you're
put on some
hyper aware when you're in an
headphones.
environment where you know other strange nude people may be crossing your field of vision.
Well,
Hey,
I'm
so
kind of
what I-
afraid to put my headphones in because they might, switch
Well,
from
just-
like,
no,
oh
just
yeah,
one-
be like, I'm gonna fuck you in your ass, like.
Yeah,
just,
but-
no, just,
but
just
here's the
one
thing,
headphone.
though.
That happens
Just
all the
one
time.
Here's the thing. What you do is you get the headphones in, but before you go, like 6-8 hours, you eat a bunch of beans or like something that's just gonna make you fart like a motherfucker, right?
Oh man.
You put on some just hardcore metal so you can't hear
Uh-huh.
shit, and just fart. Just
Just
let them
fart.
rip on those benches, dude. Right? just
I'd
fucking
do that,
just
but I'd shit my
clear them
pants.
out.
You shit your towel because you're not naked.
That's
yeah,
right.
you don't care. Just fucking shit the towel, dude.
Just shit the towel.
Shit
They'll
the
leave.
towel.
They'll leave. They'll leave you alone, and then you can have peace and quiet.
That's a
Know what I'm
band name
saying?
right there. Shit
Shit the
the towel.
towel.
Shit the towel.
And then when they all leave, be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take another shower now. I'm gonna wash my ass."
Gotta show dominance.
Yeah. Just leave the towel
Yeah.
out there
Just sit
for
there. They're like
maintenance.
groaning and
No,
you're
you
just like,
shit. No, if you want to show dominance, you shit in the towel, and then you stand up and grunt.
yeah, right. Sit
Yeah,
back,
that's-
just plop back down.
Yeah.
Just drag your ass on the cement
All
in
right.
the shower.
Lost this fucking whatever it is
They're
now.
marking it.
We're gonna go to Mystic. Company parties.
Yeah, they're dumb. That's
Yeah.
it. They're dumb. They're just stupid. I don't.
It depends on if you like the company you work at or the people you work with, or if you want to hang out or get a beer with them.
Yeah, but we can
I
go
think
do that. Not at a company party.
That's true.
Yeah,
know
but
what
if
I'm
somebody
saying?
party,
Yeah,
the
if you
company
wanted to
pays for it.
hang out with them, you would have.
Well,
yeah, but the company also fucking.
it is part of the
like-
company trying to create camaraderie, or
Yeah,
also
they could-
holiday party, right? It's probably what this
Yeah.
is, because they usually do them in January,
Yeah, they
especially in
can
a newsroom, I can imagine.
So
It's just dumb.
you guys, I mean,
I got a DJ one
drinks,
tomorrow.
Were people
I
getting
don't
wasted?
know. I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go.
Can't go. Pussy.
Not a pussy. I just hate people.
I know. You,
I quite literally like
Like,
it. My
you would be
anxiety,
challenging yourself to go,
dude.
and I don't think you have the
I would have
chops.
to be fucking hammered to go to something like that, unless I was explicitly told you're gonna lose your job unless you show up to this thing. I would
Should
have
have just
to be
said, "Can I
fucking
come
hammered.
completely high?"
That'd be a fun conversation.
Why-
You're gonna
There
lose
should
your
be a
job
lot of good
if you
food.
don't
There's
come, Rich.
usually good food at those Christmas company parties. That's when the company wants to show off.
I don't
KFC.
care. I mean, contrary to popular belief, I'm not motivated by food.
You're
over
not. Yeah.
I can't bait them in with food.
It's
Well,
not-
that's true. Your
No, it's got- it's
antisocial
gotta be at
behavior
least-
trumps
But it's
your
got to be at
appetite.
least 75% of it. If they say they're gonna have some fucking,
I could
Good
go
ass
pay
food.
for my own. If I was broke, I'd be thinking differently, you know? But I
Mhm.
could go buy my own shit. Fine. Anyway,
Yeah.
they're stupid.
Yeah.
That's it.
okay, well, yeah, fuck you, you stupid heads. Next up, Ashtray. I have a ski mask. Want to make out? What kind of weird shit is this, buddy?
Yeah.
What do you
So
got
this
us
is something
I have
something
a
I found
mask. Wanna
in
make-
two different, like, when you do a search of like, how do I solve this problem, right? And there's like multiple different sites that have a list of solutions.
what did you Google that a fucking ski mask?
This
came-
was how
problem did
to beard stubble.
Oh.
How to prevent stubble burn while making out, right? And
Grow-
went
grow a
on.
beard like a man.
Yeah, that date. Well, that's the thing. Is pretty much you either gotta grow it out
Grow a
or
beard like a man.
shave
You know,
fucking immediately right before. Just stupid.
Grave before
So,
shave
because-
beard
yeah.
oil.
The date I had a couple weeks ago, I made out at the end of the date, and then I was like, well, wonder how long before they're gonna be like, fuck, pissed off, because when you shave your fucking mustache, only takes to the 5 o'clock shadow, and it's like, yeah, you don't usually make out before 5 o'clock. Nonetheless, anyway, so I'm searching, I Googled this, right? Here's some of it's always like, oh, lube your face or put on lotions. It's like, yeah, who wants to fucking make out with,
Lube your face.
yeah, who wants to make out with you when you got lotion all over your face?
Vaseline.
That
Yeah.
wouldn't be weird as fuck if it
Exactly,
was like, oh,
right?
come here and kiss me, and it's all like Vaseline
What
and gooey and shit.
What-
There's
what-
one, it's like, try standing further away at kissing. It's just like, what the fuck? This is the worst advice
What is
ever,
on your
right?
lip? KY
Go down.
jelly. Why is KY jelly on your
Scroll
lip?
down though. This is what
You need
got
to
me.
lube up before kissing. Don't
And
you
I'm like,
lube up?
this is not
Don't you
a
lube up? You don't lube. Sorry.
this is not a fucking this is the second list. Like, I don't know who wrote this, but one, scroll down there where it says wear a ski mask with a face hole.
Oh my.
I'm like, what?
Hey, look,
If you
it-
have
it
extra
fits
thin
in-
skin or
it
don't
fits
trust a
into
human
roleplay.
man to stick the
They
stick
are talking
through the-
about something different.
Consider
Ashley. I-
incorporating these-
Holy
Okay,
fucking
sure.
shit.
Dude,
They
they
are also including oral sex burn, and maybe some people require this of their partner during oral sex. But Jesus, creepy Christ! Just make sure it comes with a face hole so you can French. This one comes with a convenient pack of 2, so you and your person can wear them at the same time.
Oh my
Cute. They're
God.
cozy. Fit most heads and faces,
Dude.
and can protect your face from cold, strong sunlight and beards. What the
What kind of-
fuck?
Dude, kids
Dude,
are
I mean,
into some
you-
fucked up shit
I
nowadays.
I think I honestly think there's a brand of humor because this is obviously a blog post because they're trying to sell
The cut.
they're trying to
Yeah,
sell
it's
their
like a
fucking
shaving,
affiliate fucking creams
blog.
and whatnot. But
Yeah.
like I was looking up the other day, I was doing a tie and I was like, man, I remember doing a fucking, because I hate how when you do a tie, it's like lopsided and it looks like shit. And I remember I remember doing a fucking a double fucking whatever. I can't remember what the fuck.
Windsor knot.
Windsor
Double
knot.
Windsor
A
knot,
double Windsor.
That's
And-
the one.
That's where it looks great all fucking day. Not one of these half-ass fucking tie jobs.
Not an ashtray knot.
Yeah, so I looked it up and I'm like, oh, GQ magazine, this should be good. And it's these
Right.
fucking like Gen Zers like, this is how you tie a tie, and it was like the shittiest looking tie
worst
knot
instructions.
I've ever fucking seen. But I think that it was a joke, or I don't know if it was a joke. Like if people actually took it serious, like
It was a joke, but I don't know, man. I
Like,
don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
blew
some
my
of this
fucking
advice
mind.
makes.
I don't know.
well, that's
Also,
like
it
this
makes
whole
no
face
sense.
mask, ski mask
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and the thing here,
Right.
ask if the beard is disposable. So the only way to avoid it is to shave 100%. It's like, no, that's the fucking problem. By 5 p.m., like, what am I supposed to shave at 9 p.m.? What the fuck?
Dude, I mean, I don't. I mean, I have hair like a man. I don't have the stubble. So,
Well, okay.
Grow
When's the
it
last
out.
time you had no mustache? Though that's the thing. It's like,
dude, if I would have,
Basically, I'm just gonna have to bring my mustache back.
14-year-old.
if I want to be making
Grow a
out
mustache. Be a real
on a
man.
regular, if Asher wants to be making out more, he's just got to go back to the stash.
Won't look like ET anymore.
Yeah, motherfucker, stop trying to phone home.
I'm always trying to phone home.
You are so washed out, by the way. Your light is so.
Oh yeah, with this fucking white hat.
if you're any more white, you need to be clear.
Yeah, right. It's
Moving on,
fucking
Teddy.
Blinding.
To me, new payroll. We have our the way we do our orders and our and everything at work is through something called Toast. But they also do payroll and other things. So we're doing our payroll through them, and everything's going through them. The thing about payroll is, I usually have a set salary, and then I get my tips. But my salary is so good that I just live off my tips pretty much. I always have a wad of cash, about $200 on me, and everything else I just put to the side. With this new system, instead of getting paid bi-weekly and getting my tips every day, what we're doing is we're getting paid weekly now. But we're also our tips. We're not getting our tips anymore.
You have to put your tips in every night.
No. They're automatically. The credit card tips. The cash tips we get to keep.
Oh,
But 99% of our tips now are credit card tips. But those are getting put on our fucking on our check at the end of the week. Which that's not what I mind. What I
so would
mind
you
is,
cash out your credit card tips at the end of the night normally?
yeah, whatever. So if I did $250 in credit card tips, then the restaurant would pay me $250 in cash.
Oh,
That's nice.
That's how it worked. So every day you were getting cash. Whatever the
Yeah.
tips were, that's what you're getting.
right.
So by this time of the week, I'm used to having close to $1,000 on me in tips, maybe a little bit more. But it's but I like it. I have to wait till the end of the week, so I'm not used to having this fucking that
Mhm.
extra cash on me. So like I said, I generally don't touch my fucking. I just let my check go into my accounts. And I split it off into where it needs to go, and then I just live off my fucking cash. I don't usually have to touch my accounts, and now I have to fucking do that shit because it's not gonna be and the psychology of the thing. So I mean, it is gonna be cool, like getting it all at the end, but it's this first week I have to deal with it. It's fucking weird, just not having that cash. Like my wallet is like flat. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm having to go take out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. You probably be like, fuck, I gotta go to the ATM again. That's gonna be your problem. That's one thing I do like with Especially like when DJ season is flush, you know.
I was going, I went
Always
to the,
cash in the pocket.
I went to the bank at the end of the week, you know.
I know. I just hate.
Well, the
going
real
to the
problem
bank.
is now you're paying taxes on those fucking tips too.
No, we
Mm.
Well,
you
you always had to if it was through the credit
no,
cards.
you always the the credit card tips is already taxed, and you only have to claim like 30% of your tips, I believe. So, because that's all I claim.
Well, as I say, does the payroll company allow you to like then? I guess because it still has to go through the payroll, I assume, because they have to basically take that percentage tax out before you can get it on the check. Now that it's going through the payroll company, right? Assuming. Wonder how much
if
they're
they were
taking out.
giving you if they were giving you $250 in credit in money, and you got $250 in credit card tips, they weren't taking that out because they had to then.
You still have to, yeah. So you wouldn't get
They had to pay the taxes to the government off of those credit card tips, but you got all that money.
My shit just went dead.
Oh, Teddy just disconnected.
Oh.
I see. I know what you're saying, Mystic. Yeah, we're just like, now that they're going through there, I like wonder, they still take, claiming only 30%. Sounds like the original method where he was getting cashed out every night.
Yeah. What if you get paid in beard lube? You have to
beard lube, fucking beard lube and ski mask.
That apparently is a big problem. So.
I don't need beard lube because this is the mustache ride and it lubes up.
How long have you had your mustache, Teddy? When's the last time you had no mustache?
Since I can grow one. Wait, if I were to shave this off,
when he was 5.
I guess I was just wondering if you ever had like clean lip.
No, I look like a chubby faced 12-year-old. I'm not doing this. No.
Right on.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. That's our show. Go fuck yourself, Brandon. You fucking cunt.
Wow.
Oh, that's so funny. That poor
if
bastard.
you want your girl, sock this motherfucker in the jaw. Tell him stay the fuck away. Be a man, goddammit.
Right.
See that? Yeah, you've been laid out. If I cared about my one woman or my wife, bro, yeah, you've been laid out by now.
Oh yeah. No, I should be. I mean, I haven't even really done anything. I've just hung out with her too much, and
eat too much. That's our show. We're gonna be here every Wednesday or Thursday night, probably every Thursday at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at the Red Eye Report or Facebook.com/Red Eye Report.
You too, Brandon.
Yeah, you too, Brandon. Learn about
be funny. He's just like, fuck, my favorite podcast now. I can't even watch that.
Like us, shares, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Teddy.
I'm Oracle.
Fuck.
And this is the dirty ass ashtray.
Yeah, dude, that's the Red Eye Report. Dude. This is the Red Eye Report, dude. I don't understand this fucking game you're playing. I don't get what.
I told you it's dancing sociopaths.
It's just exactly. It's dancing. So yeah, it is.